There are certain stories that speak to universal truths deep inside us that linger in our minds long after reading and confirm that we have been touched by uncommon talent. Robert Charles Wilson's A Hidden Place is just such a novel. It is the story of a beautiful, haunted woman from a faraway world, two young lovers who fall under her spell, and a mysterious stranger who shares her awesome secret. It is a voyage of passion, anguish, and hope, told with such grace, wonder, and skill that you will not be able to read it without being profoundly moved. Touching and powerful, Wilson is a talent to watch, according to Lisa Goldstein. A sweet and subtle probing into the question of what it means to be human, according to Jack Dan. Most people will probably have heard the urban legend of the phantom hitchhiker, a woman, often in white, who can be seen on the side of a remote country road, usually on a night when it's raining, and she needs a ride home. But when the driver gets to the right place, the woman disappears, and often the home is a dilapidated ruin, long abandoned. I think there are versions of this story across this country and in other countries, although maybe these stories don't circulate any longer, just because nobody hitchhikes anymore. In Stone's Way, there has long been a story of a man who can be seen on the side of the road, either at night or during the day, in any weather. He's not hitchhiking, and he does not haunt a remote road. Instead, he can be seen on Bounty Drive, which links to an industrial park built back in the 70s where there are warehouses and some corporate offices, although I've heard that most of the buildings are now half empty and there are plans to redevelop the area. This man can always be seen by the side of the road. He's wearing a suit and tie as if he decided to walk home from work. He's always standing quite still, staring off into the woods that line Bounty Drive. Nowadays, because most people in Stone's Way have heard a story or two about him, nobody stops when they see him. But when he first appeared, sometime in the 80s or 90s, people would occasionally stop to see if he was all right, or if he needed a ride, or just out of curiosity to find out what he was looking at so intently. He never turned to look at anyone as they pulled over beside him. He'd just keep staring into the woods. People would call to him, but he wouldn't turn around. Most people would just drive off then, but a few just couldn't leave him be. They'd park, get out of their car, walk up to him, all the while calling to him or yelling, and then, maybe out of sheer frustration, they'd grab him by the arm and try to yank him around. What they saw then is a point of contention whenever the story is told. I've heard his face is like television fuzz when no channel is tuned in. I've also heard his face is blank. Just blank. And then a line of light passes from one side of his face to the other, like a photocopier. And then he has the face, like a Xerox copy, of the person he is looking at. The stories are garbled because the people who see him are garbled after that. His face is the face of sheer inanity. He has the face of endless days in the office. And his dark eye sockets suck souls to fill his emptiness. Or anyway, that's what people say.